In early 2007, a Kazakh economist named Dmitry Day was watching a program about pyramids. He figured that since pyramids are found all over the world, there would definitely be undiscovered pyramids in Kazakhstan too. So using Google Earth, he began scouring Kazakhstan. But no pyramids showed up. But look what he found. Do you see it? Let's get a bit closer. There it is. This is a geoglyph, or a man-made design created on the earth by arranging rocks or other objects. This geoglyph is over 900 feet long and made up of dots. As he kept searching over the endless grasslands of Kazakhstan, he began finding more and more of these etchings in dozens of shapes. So far, over 260 have been found, and they're said to be 8,000 years old. And why were they built? Dmitry believes they were made to track the sun's movements. Want to solve a 4,000-year-old puzzle? Look at this etching and guess which animal it is. Archaeologists in Siberia had to do exactly this since half the animal was missing. The front half was destroyed by roadwork. If you guessed that it was a bull, you're right, and it measures only 10 by 13 feet and was created 4,000 years ago. The Uffington horse. This prehistoric etching from Britain was made by digging trenches in the shape of a horse and filling it with chalk powder. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a stylized horse, but the trick is to watch the horse from the opposite hill in midwinter. By doing so, you can observe the sun rising behind the horse, and as the day progresses, the sun appears to catch up with the horse and finally overtake it. From the same hill throughout the year, the horse seems to be in motion, galloping along the ridge. These observations were made by archaeologist Joshua Pollard, who said that it's a solar horse due to its alignment with the sun. Ancient myths speak of the sun god driving across the sky on a horse chariot, thus the name solar horse. To keep it from disappearing, volunteers clean it and fill it with chalk once a year. We've always thought of the Amazon as an untouched rainforest, but as the trees are being cut down, strange patterns are emerging on the forest floor. So far, over 450 squares and concentric circles have been discovered in the state of Acre in Brazil. The circles range in diameter from 100 to 300 meters across, and the ditches are up to 13 feet deep. These etchings are so plentiful that researchers are puzzled. What was their purpose and why are there so many? What's interesting is that the indigenous tribes of these areas treat these etchings like sacred ground and never build houses or make farms on top of these geoglyphs. The Atacama Giant is the largest of 5,000 geoglyphs discovered in the Atacama Desert of Chile. Notice the lines radiating from the figure's head? It's been discovered that the rays align with the moon and were used to predict the time and seasons, especially the rainy season, very important in a dry place like this. So it's more than just a cool looking geoglyph. Other etchings include those of lizards, monkeys, eagles, and other animals, but their purpose and function is still a mystery. This moose geoglyph was discovered in 2012 near Lake Zuruktul in Russia's Ural Mountains. When first created, it would have appeared striking white against the earthy background, but when discovered, it was partly covered in soil. The moose is 700 by 640 feet wide and is 6,000 years old. What's strange are the small walls and passages around the snout and hoof of the moose. The lead archaeologist Stanislav Grigoriev mentioned that there were very low walls and narrow passages among them. What were these passages used for? No one knows the answers to that, but there's something else that sets it apart from all other geoglyphs. It was made by children. The same researcher found stone tools that had a massive difference in size, ranging from 17 centimeter long implements weighing 3 kilograms to some that were just 3 centimeters. And based on this, it is believed that children took an active role in building it, along with adults. What's also puzzling is that a megalithic culture flourished in the Urals, and many megaliths have been found. But are they related to this discovery? As with all geoglyphs, more questions than answers arise. A spiral covering over 1 million square feet was discovered in the Thar Desert near Boha village. The etchings are so large that it is impossible to see them in their entirety from ground level. They were discovered on Google Earth by independent researchers Carlo and Johann Ottoheimer of France, who later flew to Rajasthan to confirm their findings. The lines that make up these etchings are up to 10 centimeters deep and 20 to 50 centimeters wide. Of the four glyphs, the first and second are the most intriguing. The first, named Boha-Ban, is a giant spiral made of a single line that loops and runs for 12 whole kilometers. Boha-2 is a massive serpentine etching. India has an ancient civilization dating thousands of years. So can you guess how old these are? Well, it turns out that they may not be ancient at all, as the research duo say the figures are probably around 150 years old. This candelabra is carved onto a hill on the Paracas Peninsula on the coast of Peru. No one has any idea what it is, but a popular theory is that it represents a trident of the Incan god Viracocha, while some say that it was used to guide sailors since it is visible to ships sailing in the seas. As if this etching isn't puzzling enough, some writers such as Nilesh Oak believe that it has a connection to an ancient legend from a faraway land. According to them, this geoglyph is mentioned in the Indian epic Ramayana. In the epic, after the evil king Ravana kidnaps Sita, a distraught Rama goes searching for her but is unable to find her. Rama's friend Sugriva sends thousands of scouts in all directions to search for Sita, telling them where to look. Sugriva says the easternmost point can be recognized by the carving of a golden tree with 3 branches on the mountain. Today, these writers point to the following verse in the Ramayana. A golden pylon resembling a palm tree with 3 branches as its head is established on the peak of that mountain as the insignia of the great soul Ananta, and it will be lustrous with a golden podium. Sugriva explains that beyond this is a mountain range, and other scouts are dispatched there as well to search for Sita. Writers such as Dr. Vishnu Vartak believe that the above passage in the Ramayana is referring to the Paracas candelabra. These wheel-shaped etchings are being studied for the first time since they were discovered in the 1920s, thanks to modern satellite images. Can you guess how many they found? Not tens or hundreds, but thousands of them have been found throughout Jordan, Syria, and Saudi Arabia. They are mostly found in clusters on lava fields and range in size from 80 to over 200 feet in diameter. The local Bedouin tribes call them the works of old men. No one knows what these mysterious structures were built for, but it shouldn't be a surprise that there is some sort of alignment with the sun. During winter solstice, some spokes were discovered to be oriented towards the rising sun. The Sahama Lines are a network of thousands and thousands of perfectly straight lines etched into the ground. They were created over a period of 3,000 years by the tribes living near the volcano Sahama in Bolivia. The lines cover an area of roughly 8,700 square miles. What's astounding is how straight these lines are, even as they traverse through extremely rugged terrain, considering that they were made without modern technology. Some of these lines are over 20 kilometers long, created by removing plants, rocks, and topsoil and exposing the subsurface areas. It's possible that the lines were made by the local tribes when they went on pilgrimages. The Nazca lines consist of hundreds of etchings found in the Nazca Desert of Peru and vary from straight lines to zoomorphic designs. Remember the Paracas candelabra we just saw? It lies in the same area but belongs to an earlier civilization. So the Paracas earthworks precede the Nazca ones. The Nazca lines are stunning when seen from the air. They cover an area of more than 50 square kilometers, but new discoveries are expanding that range. 143 new geoglyphs were discovered by a Japanese team recently, and in 2020, the figure of a cat was discovered on a hill. There are many theories regarding the purpose of these etchings. The late Maria Reicher was a mathematician from Germany who studied the Nazca lines for over 40 years. She lived near the site just to examine them. She actually cleaned the geoglyphs with broomsticks in order to make them visible as they were covered with gravel. She noticed that during the summer solstice, some of the Nazca lines converged towards the sunrise, and that the lines were aligned with the points on the horizon where other celestial objects like planets and stars appeared and disappeared. As a mathematician, she realized that the level of precision needed to create these was extraordinary. According to her, the lines were used as an astronomical calendar. Plenty of geoglyphs exist all over the world, but no one is sure exactly why they were built. But it's interesting that from Russia to Peru and from Syria to the UK, many of these earthworks seem to have some sort of connection with the sun. At a time when there wasn't supposed to be much global contact, ancient knowledge about celestial objects seems to have passed from continent to continent. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe, share and like.